Hey BookTube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you're new to me and this is the first time you're seeing my face, hello, welcome to my home. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So that's why you're here, because that's what's totally gonna be happening today. If you are not new to me, thank you for always tuning in and continued support. Today for you, I have my May TBR. This was an interesting month to try to figure out a TBR for, because there's a lot of stuff going on in May. There are a lot of readathons. I have a lot of personal things going on. There is, let's see, what readathons are going on. We have the Medievalathon, we have the Desertathon, we have the historical fiction readathon, we have two mini readathons, the Mafia romance readathon and the 72 hours in the Smut Den. Plus, there's still the SJM read-along that's still going on. Lots of reading stuff, plus all the personal stuff that I've got going on this month as well, as there's May the 4th be with you, and I'm a big Star Wars nerd, so I always like to do something Star Wars related on that day. There's Cinco de Mayo, so I definitely will be having some tacos and some margaritas, because who doesn't love tacos and margaritas on Cinco de Mayo? Like, come on. And then there is May 15th, which isn't seem like a big deal for most people, but for me, it's kind of a big deal because that's my 35th birthday. Yes, May is my birthday month. So when I was designing this TBR, I wanted to have fun with it. I didn't want to be tied down, and I wanted the freedom. So here's what's going to happen. I would love to participate in all of those readathons. There's no possible way I can do that and still maintain sanity. All right, let's just be honest. Can't do it. And that's okay. But however, I really want to participate in the Mafia romance readathon hosted by Jen over at Book Refuge. That is from May 5th through 8th. It's just a 72-hour readathon. And I also want to participate in Cassidy's over at Covers with Cassidy's 72 hours in the Smut Den, which is the following weekend. Actually, the weekend over my birthday. Again, another 72-hour readathon. So I will be participating in both of those, and I will be posting separate TBR videos for both of those readathons when it's time. The TBR video I have for you today is just the books that I need to read. These fulfill my classic challenge, my deterrent challenge, my TBR jar challenge, and my carryovers from the previous month, and then of course my SJM along, the books that are required for the live shows going on, and then my book club. So that's all you're gonna be seeing today are those books, because the rest of my TBR is gonna be just kind of what I want it to be. I want to have the freedom to pick what I want, because I am feeling vibes of all different kinds of books. I'm feeling some desert fantasy because I just got done watching The Prince of Persia last month, and I'm slightly obsessed with this movie now. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal in it is gorgeous. Look at him. Hello. Nice. Very nice. So, slightly upset with some like desert fantasy. I've also got a bunch of new books that I really want to check out, and I'm just like, I don't want to be tied down this month, and it's my birthday month. I want to have some fun, and I've also got some really fun videos planned for you guys. So I want to have that freedom to just kind of pick and choose and do what I want to do. So without further ado, let's just get started with the books that I need to read, because they are fulfilling the challenges that I've already set forth for myself, and then the rest of them will just have to be a surprise for you guys at the end of the month. So the first carryover book I have is A Tenant of Wildfell Hall by Anne Bronte. This was my classic book for the month of April, and I have been listening to it on audio, and right now I am loving it. It's fantastic. I'm about 65% way through, so I will be finishing it very, 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 very soon, and I'm very, very happy about that. I like where the story's going. I'm really anxious to find the conclusion of the story. So the next book is my Buzzword challenge book of the month of April. Our Buzzword was big or little, and I only had one book that actually worked, and that was A Little Life by Yana Hanagahara. I think I'm saying that correctly. I barely got into this in April, so I'm reading the majority of it in May. So at the end of May, the stats, my May wrap-up stats, will include this book, but they will not include this one because the majority of it was read in April, just so you know. But right now, I'm about 30 pages into it. I don't really have much to say about it because I'm only 30 pages into it, and this book is over 700 pages, so there's still a lot of story left here. But everyone I know that's read this book, everybody I watch on YouTube that's read this book, says it's one of those books that just, once you get into it, it never lets go, and it will destroy you. And so let's destroy me on my birthday, because that sounds like a great idea, right? I'm turning 35. What have I got to be happy about? Actually, I have a lot to be happy about for turning 35, so sorry. But yeah, that's where we're at with that. So the next books I have here are all brand new books, and they fulfill the challenges that I've set forth for myself previously. So I did not complete my TBR last month, so I did have to pull from my husband's jar, and I did pull Read a Book Your Husband Owns. This is the third month in a row that I have pulled this challenge, so guess what? I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish the first omnibus by Gotrek and Felix and read the third book that is part of this, named Demon Slayer. Yes, Demon Slayer. So I will finally complete this book, and maybe I can stop drawing that challenge. I don't know. I hope. I will hope this will be the last time I ever draw that prompt. Now, Demon Slayer, from what my husband says, does follow Gotrek's more than it does Felix, but I do get to meet a Scottish dwarf barbarian. So, sign me up. Let's see what happens. Yes. We will find out what I feel about this book. As long as there's no rat people, I'll be fine. I don't think I could handle any more rat people. My Buzzword Challenge book of this month has to meet the buzzwords of directions, and I will link the Buzzword Challenge announcement video by Books and Lala down the down box below, like I always do, so you guys can check it out if you want to jump in and join in this challenge. I have chosen Ruth Rendell's The Girl Next Door. This is, well, I'll just read you the back of it because it's kind of like a little thriller and it sounds really interesting. In the warring months of the Second World War, a group of children discover earthen tunnels in their neighborhood outside of London. Throughout the summer of 1944, the subterranean spaces become their secret gardens, where the friends play games and tell stories. 6 decades later, beneath a house on the same land, construction workers uncover a tin box containing 2 skeletal hands, 1 male and 1 female. As the discovery makes national news, the friends come together once again to recall their days in the tunnels. For the detective investigating the case, is the truth buried among these aging friends or their memories? So it sounds like a bit of a thriller, and this was the shortest of the 2 options that I had. And also, this book appears on my self-destruct list, TBR, which I will link that video down below as well. So hopefully I can read it and I get it off that list and it doesn't have to self-destruct. That'd be awesome. So yay. The next book I have here is my Red Witch Bitch and Book Club book, and our meeting is May 14th, I believe. And the book that was chosen was The Looking Glass Wars by Frank Bador. This is a fairy tale retelling of Alice in Wonderland. So let me read you the back because this sounds intense. The myth. Alice Liddell was an ordinary girl who stepped through the looking glass and entered a fairy tale world invented by Lewis Carroll in his famous storybook. The truth. Wonderland is real. Alice Hart is the heir to the throne until her murderous Aunt Red steals the crown and kills Alice's parents. To escape Red, Alice and her bodyguard, Hatter Madigan, must flee to our world through the Pool of Tears. But in the pool, Alice and Hatter are separated, lost and alone in Victorian London. Alice is befriended by an aspiring author to whom she tells the violent, heartbreaking story of her young life. Yet he gets the story all wrong. Hatter Madigan knows the truth only too well, and he is searching every corner of our world to find the lost princess and to return her to Wonderland so she may battle Red for her rightful place as the Queen of Hearts. Oh, that sounds awesome! That sounds fantastic. And this is the first installment in a trilogy. So I'm super pumped about this one. I'm really excited about it. The next 3 books I have are all for my SJM read-along. We are still continuing, and so I get to read Heir of Fire, which is the 3rd installment in Throne of Glass series. I'm super pumped about this because I loved Crown of Midnight. It was my only 5-star book for April. Oh my god, that ending was phenomenal. Oh my god, I'm still reeling from it. Like, I have a small book hangover from this ending. I'm so pumped for this book. I cannot wait to dive into this and find out what happens. And oh, my heart for Kael and Selena's relationship. I need it. I need it back. It was there and it was taken from me and I'm not happy about it and I need it back now. So I'm super pumped about reading this one and getting into the series again. I am loving this series. Sarah J. Maas is slowly becoming a favorite author of mine and I just love it. And she killed people in the last book, so I hope she just goes ballistic in this book and kills more people. Yes! Love it. Also, part of that read-along is we have to read the Assassin and the Desert in the 3rd novella in the Assassin's Blade series, or the Assassin's Blade Chronicles. And So the Sass in the Desert is kind of reminiscent of the Desertathon that I wanted to participate in. So I'm kind of happy that I get to read that one. It's like a nice little fortuitous moment, but I am looking forward to it. I do like these little novellas. They give me a little bit more insight to Selena's world prior to the competition, and I really enjoy that aspect. So I'm a big fan of these. Now, we have one more Sarah J. Maas book to read in the month of May, but it is not a Throne of Glass one. Oh no, because we're reading these in publication order. So we're breaking out Court of Thorn and Roses, people. I am finally going to read one of these books, and I am super pumped. I am ready. I love Throne of Glass, and I have been told that a lot of people love Court of Thorn and Roses more than the Throne of Glass series. It's more of an adult-based series, so I'm super pumped. Bring it on. Let's go. I'm ready for it. I am so pumped. I am loving this SJM read-along. I will link the announcement video down below. You guys can hop in and join at any point in time. We read so many books a month, and then there's live shows. And the first live show for the Throne of Glass segment is actually going to be May 15th on my birthday. So I'm really excited about that. I do not remember when the Court of Thorn and Roses live show is, but when it is, I will make a point to mention it in my weekly wrap-ups. Now, the last book I have to show for you is my classic book. And this one's a little different than normal. For Christmas, my husband purchased this gorgeous gold-leafed, leather-bound, hardback edition of the Arabian Nights. This is the Barnes & Noble edition of it. I mean, look at the spine. Look at it. Oh, it's beautiful. It even has gorgeous end papers. It has illustrations, color, and black and white. I mean, it's a stunning edition. However, the Arabian Nights is a collection of short stories, all translated by Sir Richard F. Burton in this edition. So instead of reading all 21 short stories, I'm going to be rolling a dice here shortly, and that's how many stories I'm actually going to be reading to complete my challenge. If I feel like reading more, I will, but I'm just going to read that exact number to complete my challenge because, like I said, this is my birthday month. I want to have some fun, and I want to have some freedom to read, and I do not want a big, huge, chunky book of 740 pages when I already have a little life on here as well. So, without further ado, let's roll that dice. Let me get my dice out. Now, there's 21 stories in the book, so I'm just going to be rolling a d20, and that's what we're going to do because I don't have a 21-sided dice. It just doesn't exist. And I'm just going to use the book. So here we go. 12. I'll be reading 12 short stories from this beautiful edition of Arabian Nights, and that will complete my classics challenge. Now I have one more book on my list. I have to purchase it, and that is my TBR Jar Challenge book. My TBR Jar Challenge book was to read a book with an author of the same initials I do. I have 2 books on my shelf that have an author with the same initials of JK. I have Empire the Vampire by J. Kristoff, and I have The Devil's Queen by Jeanne Calogridis. Calogridis is how you say her name, I think. So I have 2 options. I can read another Jeanne Calogridis book, or I can read a J. Kristoff book, because both of those books I have already read, and I do not want to reread either one of them, although I would totally reread Empire the Vampire, but I just read it a few months ago, so it's not ready for a reread just yet. And I think my husband would kill me. So I can either go with the Nevernight Chronicles, or I can go with The Covenant of the Vampire by Jeanne Calogridis. So I will decide at a arbitrary point in time in the month, and I will pick the book and I will start reading it. So not only will you not know what my TBR Jar Challenge book is, you will also not know what the rest of my choices are. So you'll all have to be surprised by my on my wrap up. So that's what I have for you guys today for my May TBR. Again, my TBR Jar choices are between the Nevernight Chronicles or A Covenant with the Vampire. So which one will I choose? I don't know. We'll find out. So until then, you guys have a great day, and I will see you all soon with another video. And I would love to know if you're participating in any of these readathons. Let me know in the down box below. I would love to see what readathon TBRs you guys have set up, because it's my birthday month and I love watching TBR videos. So send them my way. Till then, have a great one, guys.